It's prototyping day, and let me introduce you to the problem we're looking to solve today. So this is the maze that we made well, actually it's been quite a while now. It's a jigsaw generated maze, but you'll notice it's not super big. I don't mean tall, I mean like in terms of its total size. You can see it better on top here. It's fairly limited. It's a decent size, but like if we wanted to make it bigger, you might assume that we could, but we can't. Jigsaw blocks can only generate up to 7 levels. That's their max. So if you want to generate any more than that, you need to come up with a way to make it, I don't know, say infinite. And that's exactly what we're going to be prototyping today, is an infinite dungeon generator. So to start off with, we're going to want to prep the rooms. And additionally, I think we're going to clean up a couple of these because they're a little inconsistent. Like there's nothing in that corner and then this corner is filled and it's like 4 tall and this one's like 3 tall. Oh, and just in case you're unfamiliar with jigsaw blocks, basically I'll give you a crash course on them. So jigsaw blocks connect. There's your crash course. No, seriously, they're pretty straightforward. But yeah, so there's like a target pool and it picks randomly from all the rooms in the target pool. And then it connects based on the connector name, which is what these are. This is the connector name of this jigsaw block, and this is the name of the connector that it's looking for. So it's pretty straightforward. And it's pretty intuitive once you see it going. All right, so all the rooms are prepped now. They're taller to match the prison room, and they are more consistent with the blocks and stuff. So they'll look nicer when they're next to each other. The next problem that we have to deal with is how do we get around this level 7 thing? How can we turn like something that generates 7 levels into an infinite generator? Well, the first thing that we're going to try is we're going to use entities. Command blocks need to know a location to run. And if you have a jigsaw thing that just randomly generates, the command block does not know how to get the coordinates for, say, this room. And it doesn't know how to distinguish that between trying to get the coordinates for this room. It has no way of just searching through all this location until it finds the right block. But it can do that with entities. So we're going to track the entities and use that to run the /place command, but we're going to need to put them inside of the structures in key locations. So we can actually make it so that armor stands are invisible and invulnerable and don't fall and all that good stuff. Just like that. Yep. Okay, so now it's invisible. I should have tagged it first. Yeah, quick. We need a way of distinguishing between the special armor stands here. Let's just make it visible again. We need a way of distinguishing between that and like if we're just, putting a random armor stand down and we're like, oh yeah, let's make a cool armor display thing. We don't want it to do /place at the cool armor display thing. So we need to tag it. Jigsaw infinite. Like that. Yes, excellent. So there's one way to test that these are all correctly tagged, and that is to use a command that executes for all tagged entities. And we're going to make them invisible, so if it works, these armor stands should turn invisible, and hopefully no other armor stands will turn invisible. So, ooh, okay, that's good, that's good. Yeah, they all disappeared, which is exactly what we want. And the good news is, because they're markers, we can actually place blocks through them. If they weren't markers, it would like place it in the armor stand. And if we like break blocks and stuff, it doesn't get blocked by the marker as well, meaning we can actually go put these bars back. Because I had to break them to place the armor stands in the first place. So, and now our rooms are all prepped. Oh, well, not actually entirely. We need to save them. Save. Save. Oh, wait, and we have to include entities. Include entities, save. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is where it gets scary. So we need some clear area, preferably somewhere where we don't care if things get deleted. Oh, like here, I guess. And then we just pop down jigsaw block. Oops. Technically, we could start it off with slash place too. Doesn't really matter for the first step. Now, generating one room isn't so terrible. Ow. Okay, maybe it was a little terrible. Where it gets real scary though is when we try and generate it, like executing from the armor stand that's right here. So I figure now is a good time to tell you why exactly we're prototyping. And the reason is because I intend to put this in a tutorial. Here's our jigsaw armor stands. And the point of that tutorial will be to learn how to use jigsaw blocks and the template pools and all that jazz. So the focus is not going to be the infinite part of it. That should be like a really simple side thing. So it's got to be like as easy, brain dead simple as possible. That's the goal with this prototype. So this is the max depth number. This is the one that can only go up to 7. And the command actually works the same as the jigsaw block in that. You can't do 8. Oh, it actually even turns red before you run the command. So, but because the armor stands are there, we can trigger the command as many times as we want. So that's why it still works. Anyway, so we can take the position of the armor stand, although we need to go down a couple of blocks. Let's check how many. What we need to do is only run the command. Wait, this thing just dead-ended. Oh, because what I was gonna say is that if two armor stands are next to each other, we don't want to run the command, which would mean the command wouldn't run at all, now that I'm looking at this. Which is because I set up a dead end thing, so that it always dead ends with this little like turtle archway thing right here. So I fixed the turtle thing. There's like a new fallback maze. Well, it's not new, but I hadn't used it yet. So I removed it, the fallback. And now it should just generate normally. Probably. Oh my. Hopefully we should have got some like I keep wanting to say dead ends, but technically it's not dead ends. Basically, yes, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for one armor stand all by itself. And the goal, oh, this is where we overwrote stuff, so it got a little weird. We should probably make a way to clear those out. But the idea would be the command will run from here. But we need the command to not run if there's more than one in an area. So we need some way of detecting. Let me see if this works. Okay, so there's a limit equals 2 here. Let me just see if this even... Oh! So it didn't say hi, and that's the important part. Let's just do distance 1. It also didn't run. Okay. What if we run it from this guy? Oh, it didn't work. You know, I remember there was another place where I had to solve this exact same problem with armor stands. And I solved it. I don't remember how. But we could go sneak a peek at the command blocks and see if it would work for our current situation. Yeah, it's in the chest selector area. If any of these are overlapping, it's no bueno. Okay, so there is a solution here, but it's not quite what we're looking for. We might be able to figure out a way to use it. So there's this thing where it's like, okay, tag equals selecting U, which is for up. And then over here, it checks for any close by ones that don't have that tag that's unique to it. But we would need a way to have unique tags, or we have to figure something else out. Oh, oh, only one armor stand said hi. Wait. This shouldn't work. It worked again. Equals 1 to 2. Oh ho. Oh ho ho ho. If it says high right now, we got something. Oh. Okay, so all I did was probably the thing that you thought of before I did, but it's just a distance of at least 1 block to 2 blocks. So that way it can't find itself, but it will find the nearby ones. Because the nearby ones are never going to be like directly there. It'll be like 1 block away. So that could be our differentiator. Now imagine for a moment that high is actually the /place command, and you'll kind of figure out what's going on here. So I just got to merge these two commands. We should be good. Infinite. Okay, that should theoretically work. I'm not 100% sure about this number. That's the relative command of like where the armor stand is executing from. So like you'll notice in all of the scenarios, the jigsaw block is like 2 blocks below the armor stand. So yeah, we need to make sure that we're executing from about where the jigsaw block is. Let's just press a button and see what happens. I do have a backup in case something goes wrong, because something probably will go wrong. You know what we should do? We should slap a distance thing on here. So up to like, I don't know, 25 blocks away. So it's not just like, if something's wrong, it's not going to like trigger on the armor stands inside of our base. Oh, hi. There we go. And put on the button. And something should happen right where that husk is. Wow, amazing. What in the nonsense just happened? Wait, no, I'm crazy. It should have happened over there. Oh, I think it did. Well, we definitely got some generation. I'm assuming, oh yeah, this is where it started from. All right, let's make all the other ones visible. Oh, we did do it too low. You'll notice how the armor stands are like 1 block lower. If we did it right, they would all be on the same plane. Okay, so we'll just change that to -1. That's okay, that's no big deal. So we did actually get 2 dead ends. This one and the other one. The bad kind of dead ends, not the stopping point. That's a good word. We got 2 exits, but we didn't get the dead ends. Is that better? Anyway, I fixed the turtle places were just happening way too much. They were weighted too high in the file, so I fixed that. The good news is that it appears like our command worked correctly. The reason that we know is because there's not 3 million dungeons all over the place. However, because we have all the turtle exits, that means that there are no armor stands by themselves. Oh, we gotta change the height. That's an easy enough change. Let's do that. -1. So all those dead ends mean that we need new jigsaw blocks. So this is command block survival, meaning that I have made a crafting recipe for it. I don't remember. I think jigsaw blocks are stairs. Conveniently, there is a crafting book. Oh, I almost forgot. We actually need to make some structure voids. Hey, wait, where's the jigsaw? It's like stairs and a command block. Oh, we do have one in here. You know what we maybe should do? So you see how there's like air holes here? We can actually get rid of those so that the structure won't have any blocks saved in these corners, but it will have airspace saved inside. I just need to make some structure voids and place them in the correct locations. Fortunately, I do actually remember the recipe for structure voids. The recipe for structure voids is actually really intuitive. And maybe I need to make the jigsaw one more intuitive, but you can just make any empty container. So it works with like bowls and buckets and stuff. And then I think glass is probably the easiest one to do. You just put the container in a thing and you get void. So I thought that was kind of clever. So then we just gotta pop them in these corners. Wish you could see them better. Show invisible blocks. Yes. Ha. Okay, so the red ones are the structure voids. Have you ever seen like a placing montage of invisible blocks? That was actually surprisingly painless. I thought structure voids were going to be terrible to place, but it went really fast. So I just did it. And now we just got to go save all the structures. But now we can do a juicier test run. One that could really start entering the arena of dangerous. Because theoretically, I don't know if you've given any thought to this, but like if we have a truly infinite jigsaw generating thing, it could literally destroy my whole world if it was out of control. That's why we did just the button thing. Okay, so let's just go ahead and generate another one. We're looking for dead ends, not exits, but dead ends, such as this. Excellent, excellent. Oh, we got a boss room. Nice, nice. Ooh, we have a lot of dead ends. Okay, so this could get spicy. Now, theoretically, if we press that command block, we're gonna get 5 dungeons. So it's exponentially more dangerous every time we do it. We should turn this down to 1. It's gonna be a lot safer. All right. Here's hoping our world doesn't get like destroyed. All right, what's the damage here? Oh. Yeah, okay, it replaced some stuff. See, that's one of the issues is I don't know how to do it. Yeah, okay, this one didn't even get triggered at all. So this is where the prototype part of it starts to come in, because we could set this command block to be a repeating command block. We're not going to do that because that's dangerous. But basically every time we press this button, a dead end is going to... Yeah, a dead end is going to turn into a not so dead end every single time. And that may have... Oh, the command block's still intact. Okay, that's really good. We should copy and paste this and like move it far away. So... Oh yeah, this is gonna give us a great view. Okay. Here we go. This is gonna be hard to... I have to sprint to access the command blocks. That's kind of the way that I trigger it so that I'm not in creative mode the whole time. All right, let's see. Can't tell if anything's happening over there. Oh, you know what? We might be out of range. Oh, okay, here we go. I just had to... Yeah, look at that. Every time we press the button, it grows. Whoa! All right, so as we can see, there is an issue. It is becoming a blob. And a blob is no good, really. I think that might be as far as it can go without us expanding the search radius. And I don't want to do that because then it's going to trigger over there. So let's just go look at it and see how blobby it really is, or if it isn't as blobby as it appears. So we go in the dungeon. We wander around. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's not an ideal entrance. Oh, this is funky. Oh, a dead end. This is not great. This is not looking great. So we may need to alter our command somehow. Now it's true, if we were doing this with like a depth of 7, it might be a little better. Depth of 7 is scary though. Upon thinking about this further, it's becoming clear to me that we should probably try depth 7. We should probably try it a few times. So we'll need a jigsaw block, and I looked up the recipe in the data pack, and it is what I thought it is. It's just per stairs around a command block. It's pretty straightforward. Just need some purple and make some stairs. It'd be way more efficient to do this with a stone cutter, but it's too late now. Okay, so that'll get us 2. Excellent, excellent. New recipes unlocked. Oh, have I not? One of the updates, it made it so that if you hadn't crafted it after the update, then you didn't have the recipe temporarily. So like you had to redo all your recipes and whatnot. Let's just go give ourselves a bunch of space and delete way too much sand, you know? That's what every Minecrafter wants to do. Just delete all their resources. Oh man. This is getting bigger and bigger and more scary. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully I don't die. I think that I'm in an air block. Oh yeah. I'm in the redstone. Ta-da! Okay, okay, so we have our 7 depth dungeon. It looks very small. What in the... Oh, it curled around on itself. See, the thing is the default dungeon generation, it actually makes sure that it doesn't overlap itself. Okay, this is going to be destructive. Okay, let's change the max depth to 7. And just see how depth 7 is different than depth 1. Oh boy. Whoa. That was pretty impressive. All right, we can all go home. We don't have to destroy anything. Okay, maybe that fixed it. Oh. Oh boy. Depth 7. Why doesn't it look like depth 7? Oh, because I have to expand the radius. All right, let's just start at 50. These are tiny dungeons. They're not running into each other as bad, though. Why is that? Why aren't they running into each other? Why is this so much better? Oh, that one ran into something, I think. All right, we're kind of going insane at this point. But I just want to see 100 blocks. 100 radius from the center over there. Oh! This is looking like a dungeon. Oh, oh, oh my. Oh, goodness. Now this is what I call a nice dungeon. Dude, it's so laggy because there's comparators everywhere. Oh my. Oh, that is bad. Oh, it's so laggy. Oh, you're just out of your cage. It's so laggy. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's too funny. You'll get to me eventually. He's not even taking fire damage. That's so funny. Okay, we should simplify this. Oh, there's a spider jockey. I can't land. Dude, it's so laggy. Oh my goodness, how many arrows? A leggy spider jockey. Dude, the amount of entities. I assumed that it's the entities and not actually the redstone. I thought it was the redstone at first, but it seems like the entities are the ones lagging. So we probably want a way to kill off the armor stands that are close to each other anyway, which is good that we tested this because otherwise we would not have known. So this should kill all of them off. But yeah, look at that. Tick rate went back to normal. Okay, so we do not want a lot of those guys around. Even though they're marker armor stands, it's apparently too much. So we've avoided a lag catastrophe, and we have 2 working commands now. But we also have 2 problems. So after doing a lot of testing, I discovered the first problem. And that is you can't control the rotation of /place. You would expect the jigsaw blocks to do this. And if you use the actual jigsaw blocks themselves, like this, it does work like that. But when you use /place, it's like, I don't know which way you want to, I'll do it this way. And then the arrow's pointing the wrong way. Or sometimes it'll do it, facing the other way. And it's like, okay, you want me to generate the dungeon this way? And then you get like a wall that goes through the middle of this one. And it's like, ugh, it's terrible. So there's no way to control that I found. So that's the first problem. So the second problem has a little bit more hope. Pretend the purpur is our dungeon here, and it gets to the end, and we have this endpoint. Now, we're going to generate a new dungeon, and you would kind of expect that it would just sort of continue on, right? Well, what's happening right now is it's actually saying, you want me to generate a new dungeon from this location? And so it uses that as the center, and it replaces all the purpur here. But if we could have this, if we could start that with a dead end, like the turtles, then maybe we could cut down on some of the overriding. It wouldn't be 100% because theoretically, if this is an endpoint, it could still just generate this way anyway, but there's a decent chance that it will actually generate in one of the other directions that isn't already taken up by the purpur here. So all we gotta do is run it starting from the dead end, which is what this will do. So for our final test, we're in a creative world where we are going to really test the infinite qualities of this. You'll notice we have a repeating command block. It needs redstone. And then we have just the two commands that we've come up with in this episode. The armor stand kill is first, and then the summoning the dungeon is second. So we'll need somewhere to start it. So we got an armor stand here. He has the correct tag. And we'll just start it off here and see where it goes. All right, this is our last attempt to try and make the prototype work. Either it is a success or it's a bust. Ooh, rain, very dramatic. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's going. It's a little slow. It's really slow. Wow, that is just turtle speed. It's cool though, you can see the dungeon like beforehand. This does look a little blobulous. But some of these dungeons, I mean, they're generating away from it. So I think that the turtle thing might have helped somewhat. Oh, this looks bad. There's like a bunch of rooms generating next to each other. Oh no. It's like 3 frames a second. Oh, nice. We hit 1 FPS. That's impressive. I'm trying to break the lever, but I keep moving past it. Ugh. There we go. I heard the lever breaking sound. I just gotta let it catch up. That is without a doubt the laggiest command block contraption I have ever made in my entire life. My word. So let's take a peek at this dungeon. How did it do? So far we have a continuous string of dungeon. There's an awful lot of turtles here. That's weird. I had to kill like a bunch of armor stands manually, and it's still pretty laggy. And honestly, the lag alone, I think, is a mark in the bust category. Although I will say that this is so bad. I'm gonna remove all items. Oh, that helped quite a bit. There must have been a bunch of items on the ground, and potentially from the why there should not be this many turtles here. Oh my. Why is the thing filled with turtles? Well, that's where these are all coming from. It's from those chests getting broken. But yeah, that's definitely a mark in the bust category, I think. The lag alone is just terrible. And then even after it's been generated, apparently there's like 5 million things, which means it probably generated in on itself a bunch. And the generation is better than when we didn't do the starting from the dead end. So that did improve things. But not enough. Like, we have to break through the wall to see most of the dungeon. So that's definitely not ideal. There's a lot more connected areas, but actually, you know what? It's a great indicator if you look at the area that's sticking up. So everywhere that has blocks sticking above it is where a turtle generated. Now, there should only be one of these every, I don't know, 50 blocks or so, but they are everywhere, and that's bad. The best generation is probably where there's only one or two nearby, so this is probably pretty decent. Yeah, so we got like a long stretch here, and then it goes back to overwriting. Oh yeah, you can see a turtle thing here. Why did it generate like 4 at this very location? That's weird. Well, I guess there's a reason that depth 7 cap exists. Too much more than that, and it really starts to lag. But yeah, I think this prototype is never going to see the light of day. But it was a fun experiment to try. Uh, it was definitely a fun challenge. Actually, it looks really cool from up here. Yeah, in the end, it was just too blobby. It just overrode itself. I mean, this is literally solid basalt. That's no good for infinite generation. Oh, it was a good idea to try, but didn't really work out in the end, and that's okay. That's why it's a prototype. Got to try things and see if they work. That's the fun of it. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I really do hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. Later, later.